Hey guys, welcome to Beautifully Nasty with Courtney and
Daniel.
As you know, we haven't really uploaded an episode recently.
Yeah, there's a good reason for that. Very good reason for that.
But anyways, our episode for today is called Strange or Stranger Things.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about.
Well, things have been a little crazy the last couple of days since you guys haven't heard from us.
Yeah, very crazy. So the first 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
We've been using one mic, and the way we do this, we're basically really, really close to each other.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird and awkward.
Yeah, like, just imagine, like, you know, back in the old days when, like, you're on a train and you have a box in the middle and, like, people are just sitting on the box next to each other, talking to each other. That's how we were, except for we were using the box in the middle and holding the mic.
Yeah.
So, it was pretty crazy.
Double teaming one mic.
Yes, it was very... we had to stay in a certain position to even get heard on the mic.
Yeah,
so.
we had to yell. We had to pretty much yell at the mic. And after that, I had to do a lot of editing in Audacity to make it sound louder.
Yes.
And just didn't pick up. And right now, I'm looking at Audacity, and it looks great to me.
Yes.
And we're using 2 mics. We're using the splitter. We had to buy a splitter to split it into one input and all that stuff. And then find out that the cable that we were using didn't even work. It came out.
Oh my god,
it's
so
like,
annoying.
We get a mic. We didn't have a problem to begin with, and then the problem happened.
Yes.
You know?
Like, everything was going great with our first mic, and then out of nowhere, when we get the second mic, all the issues start coming. We're like, oh my god.
And now, like, we just had a problem with the mic stand.
Yeah, so it's just like more and more stuff that we're just gonna pay out of our pocket to get.
We had to wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning to go to the mall. We just came back from the mall.
Yeah.
So we can go to the music store and get a cable.
But we do it because we love you guys and we want to keep you updated every week, you know?
Yes.
So.
Like, honestly, we have a Patreon now because of Patreon. We have a Patreon. There's a whole video about that, so I'm not going to go into it. But we have a patron now, and she really helped us out with getting this. And honestly, you guys watching it, we wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you guys, the patron, and all that stuff. That's
yeah,
amazing.
like, we really enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
But anyways, down to the episode.
Yeah, the episode is about Stranger Things, which is an amazing show if you haven't seen it.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk about this subject today.
So what did you think when you first saw the show? Like, you just saw it on Netflix and you're like, what is this?
Well, like, okay, when the first episode aired on Netflix, okay, I was like, okay, is this, like, what are they going, where are they going with this? You know what I mean? Like, are they trying to go back in the day? You know, is this just going to be about a bunch of kids, you know? I thought it was just, like, another, like, what's those old movies? Like Sandlot or things like that. Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to take that perspective. I didn't know there was going to be, like, some, you know, alien things or a whole nother world. Never thought of that.
Just one of those, like, group of kids gang movie. Not a gang movie, but what do you call it? It's just Hey Arnold type thing going on. Yeah.
Like neighborhoodly things.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a lot better than I thought. It was very interesting, and it had me hooked.
Yeah.
I think I binge watched, like, most of that season.
I think I binge watched the whole first season in the first week I saw it.
Gosh, it was ridiculous, but it was awesome.
Like, it feels like an 80s movie in modern times.
It really does.
Even from the title screen to everything, like the way the camera pans out and the way the characters are developed, it feels like an 80s movie.
It's crazy. They got every detail down to, like, the littlest thing.
Yeah.
Just like the 80s. And I love that. I love the 80s feel, because when I watch, like, movies like Sandlot and all that, I want to be in those shows.
Yeah.
Like, or those movies, sorry. But I want to be in those things. Like, I'm just like, man, I bet those were, like, some really good times and this and that, you know? But it's just like movies back then were so much better. It was because, like, people paid attention to storyline for once. But I don't know. It was amazing. I also heard for the second season, everybody kept telling me, "Oh, 11 dies, 11 dies." That was like one of the biggest things that I was like, "Oh my god, if y'all go and spoil this for me, I'm gonna be so mad."
I think it's a meme.
Yeah, it
People
was
are-
definitely a meme.
People are like 11 dies in season 2.
And like,
Oh, by the way, before we really get into the meat of this episode, there's probably going to be a lot of spoilers, unintentionally or intentionally, so watch it before you watch this episode or listen to this episode.
no, like the second season was phenomenal, honestly. Like I really love what they did with that. They took advantage of all the stuff that we paid attention to in the first season.
Yeah, they really listen to the fans.
Like 11 and what's the little boy's name? God, I lost his name.
Finn?
Yeah, well, in real life, yeah, that's his name. But them two, their chemistry was great. And they took advantage of that and they made that bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see like if there's a season 3 and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what's in the woodworks for them. I haven't really kept up too much with social media. But speaking of, did you hear about the incident with Finn in real life going to the hotel?
Yes.
And
They
getting
waited
involved?
outside of a kid's hotel.
Yeah, that was like the creepiest thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
Like legit, could you imagine you're going into your hotel room, you're 14 years old, and then some adult is like right there at the window, right there at the door, just like, hey, I want to see you. Hey, I haven't met you yet. Hey, pay attention to me. That's just creepy.
That's like the creepiest thing.
Like I feel like that's just, you shouldn't be preying on a 14-year-old. It doesn't even matter if like you're a fan or not. Like if you're a fan, that's awesome. You know, go to an event that they're hosting or they're, you know, being a guest
Yeah.
on or something, you know, but like don't follow them at their hotel. Like, that's just odd.
The thing about that is they're kids. They're kids first and actors later.
Yeah.
Because they need to be a kid. They're doing these Ellen shows, these Jimmy Fallon, all these night shows and all these talk shows and all that stuff. They're everywhere. Radio shows, local tiny little radio shows. They're everywhere. They're kids. They're tired. He just wants to go to his hotel, lay down for like 3 seconds, and then do something else he needs to do. He's
Yeah.
not. We don't owe them anything.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh, we made you famous." No, he made himself famous
Yeah.
because he worked hard.
Like we didn't cast him in that show.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, he just did what he wanted to do. We didn't do anything for him.
He-
I mean, we watched the show and all that, but
He's gotten a lot of like backlash with like fans recently too, because like not too long ago also there was this girl that she was a model, supermodel, and she caused a bunch of ruckus on Twitter saying, "Hey Finn, call me in like I think it was like 10 years or something like that."
oh, that's weird.
And I thought that was weird.
And they're also trying to make what's her name, Millie Bobby Brown. They're trying to make her like quote unquote this like sexiest woman
That's
of like
weird.
2017 or something on the magazine. She's 13.
Yeah. See,
She's
that's a little ridiculous.
That's weird. They're kids.
I mean, it's awesome to see them blow up the way they did, but they're so busy. They have, you know, they're on every show. I mean, could
Yeah,
you imagine? They're
give 'em a
getting
break.
booked for every show
Yeah.
to be a guest and everything. And
When I was a kid, I was tired to go to school.
yeah. So, I mean, just imagine them dealing with their everyday lives. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I heard some theories about the show. I heard there's a lot going on
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people are thinking and what they're not thinking throughout the show. Have you heard any theories recently?
I heard that 11's mom may have made the Upside Down
That's kind of interesting.
because the lobotomy that she had
Oh yeah.
could have made like the Upside Down. She had like powers and stuff, and she started the whole experiment thing.
Yeah, that's
Like she created Upside Down, and then the scientists were like, "We gotta look into that."
See, I feel like that really could be something going there because I think I've mentioned this to somebody once or something, but her mom could like talk to her through her mind. Like,
Yeah.
you know how she goes to that place where she
Yeah.
covers her eyes and she can see anybody in there?
Yeah.
Her mom was communicating through there. Nobody else could communicate through 11.
And with the lights too.
So I feel like that could be something that is big, you know, and a part of the show.
It goes even deeper though. one of my coworkers said that at the very end of season 2, when it goes down, when it pans to it goes upside down to the upside down, the cars in the upside down were 1970s model instead of 1980s.
Wow.
So that's like
it's a whole different like decade type look.
So that's basically when her mom had the lobotomy.
That's crazy.
And I just find that really cool. Like, she could be the reason for everything.
I want to hear more. Like, I hope in the season they give a little backstory for a lot of the people.
Yeah.
Because I do want to know more of Eleven's mom.
I want to know more about Eleven's mom and Max.
Yes.
Max.
Her and her stepbrother, I guess. But her and her whole family and that. I want to know more. What drew them to that place? Mm-hmm. And it was kind of weird to see that the son was getting abused. I didn't expect that. Mm-hmm. That threw me out of left field, honestly, because I was like, this dude is so like uptight. Mm-hmm. He's so out of place. It doesn't seem like he would be one to get abused. Like, it just didn't. But I mean, that's what they say about mental illnesses. So
yeah. But one of my other coworkers said something about the brother. He said that he could be one of those characters in season 3 that you hate so much. You hate them with a passion. And then at the very end, the last episode, last second, he sacrifices his life.
Speaking of.
And you love him.
That's just like Steve.
Yeah.
Steve Harrington.
You mean Dustin's mom?
Yes. He really was like Dustin's mom.
Dustin.
But
have you seen it was this picture, it said The Babysitter?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny. But he really did pull out of nowhere in season 2. Like, yeah, I really liked his position.
I love him now.
In this, because he heard them when nobody else did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, all the other adults were just sitting around trying to do everything themselves, and he was pulling them together. You know what I mean? So I find that really cool.
Yeah.
You know?
And Dustin doesn't have a dad. So yeah, that was like his brother / dad / male figure role in his life.
See, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what he needed. By the way, the end of season 2 with Dustin, like, just looking around.
Using that Farrah Fawcett spray in his hair?
Yeah. And then with him going into the dance and, like, not having anyone to dance with, that was really sad. Like, that was, my heartstrings were pulled there.
It was still sad because he had to end up dancing with, what's her name?
The sister. Man, she's got like a weird... Nancy.
Nancy. Had to dance with Nancy. That was nice of her and all that, because she's regarded as like the hottest girl in school.
Yeah.
And so that was really nice. You know what I just realized? If he dances with her, then all the girls will want to dance with him now. Well,
yeah, but and did you see their faces in that, where they were just like, oh, okay. But like, it's just, I don't know. I felt like I like Dustin. He's one of my favorites.
He is my number one. He's my number one favorite.
He's not mine. I don't know. My favorite would probably have to be, man, that's hard. It definitely has to be either Steve Harrington now or Lucas. I don't know why, but he's just he's so silly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I just like him in that. But speaking of, he ends up getting a little girlfriend in that season.
Oh, Max, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of neat how it played out for him, because it's bringing in more like appeal to their age. You know what I mean? Because people our age are watching this, but there's also young people that are into this too. Mm-hmm. And it really shows them that you can find love no matter what age you're at. You know what I mean? And I really think that that's really cool to show how love goes beyond things. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool. But I heard a lot of people talk about that recently, that, you know, the new girl that's in there, 8, I think her name.
Oh, 8, yeah.
Yeah. I think her name is Kaylee or something like that.
Something like that.
Well, anyways, I thought that was cool. They brought another person from
another experiment.
Yep.
So
are we going to see more experiments later?
Yeah, because she has a whole different power.
Yeah.
I want to know, there's at least 11 of them, because 11, there's at least. So there's some people theorize, like, if you look on their arm, it has a 0, 08 or 01111. People think that there's at least like 999 of them.
That's crazy. See, I don't know. Like that's pretty skeptical to be thinking about.
Almost 1,000 kids.
Yeah.
You know what? It doesn't even have to be kids. It could be adults.
Yeah, for all you know.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I think that's going to be a whole nother path to go into.
Oh, they don't all have to be good. They could be evil too.
That too.
Oh man, I just thought of that.
I didn't even think of that, honestly. But there's been a lot of like stuff going around this show, and they've even made pop figures. They've made shirts, phone cases.
Video game.
Yeah, even a video game. I heard about that.
And it's good.
Wasn't it on the phone or?
It's on the phone. It's free. It's good.
I thought that was really cool.
It's like a little tiny. It feels like a game from like the 80s. You know, it feels like a game from the 80s. It's like an RPG
I know. I saw that. I thought that was really
type
neat.
thing. It's really
Brings
cool.
you back.
Yeah.
Like it really does. And I say that like as if I was born in the 80s, even though I wasn't.
So about number 8, a lot of people don't like that episode.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like that episode because it's just different or something. I think they have a better explanation why they don't like it, but they feel like it's just weird in a weird episode. But the Duffer Brothers said that they did that to experiment with their creativity and just try new things. See what people like.
do.
I
mean,
that.
it was, to me, it was all right. Like, I personally just kept going, when is she going to go back?
Yeah.
Are we going to see Papa again?
Yeah.
Things like that. But I didn't really care for the girl, the 8, Kaylee, whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care for her character.
I
Because,
didn't like her character. I liked her powers, though.
yeah, her powers were really cool. But her as a character, like, I felt like she just pushed 11 over the top. Like, she shouldn't have been, making her do things she didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And 11 is her own person, but 11 made the right decision, though. She was like, I gotta go back. My friends need me. And, I really felt like that was really good of her. Because she needed to do this. I mean, they caused nothing but trouble for her.
Yeah.
And 11 doesn't need to be captured by anybody right now. You know what I mean?
The police were after them. All that stuff.
Especially with all that stuff going on back home, like, it doesn't need to happen right now. Like, she can't afford to get arrested or put away or whatever you want to call it. It's just not the right time.
What do you think of Harper keeping 11 as a secret? Do you think that was a good idea?
Hopper he also is one of my favorites in that show. I think it's perfectly fine that he did that in a way because he was just trying to protect her.
Yeah.
He didn't want her to get in trouble or get hurt or anything like that. And I think he started to bond with her a lot. Mm-hmm. I think he realized that this was almost like a daughter to him.
It is now.
Yeah.
She is his daughter.
That really made me happy to see that now he finally adopted her. Like, that's awesome.
That was amazing.
Which, I mean, the only thing I knew when I was watching the season, what I knew going in, was I felt like Hopper and Joyce were automatically going to get together.
Yeah, you thought that, and then Bob comes along.
I know. Then Bob pops out of nowhere, and I'm like,
he's like,
who is Bob?
He just wants potatoes.
Just speaking of, rest in peace, Barb over here. But now we got rest in peace, Bob.
Yeah, justice for Barb and Bob. Barb.
Barber. But no, I mean, that was okay. So there was something that me and you talked about before the season, and it was we wanted Barb to come back
because like the first episode you see a picture of Barb,
yes,
and then then there was one scene where they thought they saw Barb, turned around, it was some weird librarian
and they
lady.
kept seeing her and talking about her. They went to go visit her
and
parents.
I was betting you money. I was like, I bet you $10 Barb is going to come back at the end of this season.
It's
and
okay.
We
know you secretly like Bob.
Well, he was the potato guy from Lord of the Rings.
I know, right?
Anyway. Yeah, and then one of our friends were like, they're kind of hinting at, he was kind of hinting at it. He was like, don't worry about Barb right now.
But we just kept going, it would be so awesome, because she's gotten so much attention.
She doesn't come back.
Yeah, she doesn't come back. But she's gotten so much attention in the first season. Like, it's like, bring her back. That would have been such a big thing for people.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
I mean, I know she died, but like, anything's possible in like
you didn't see her die. Do you see her die?
Yeah, I think they pulled her down or whatever.
But you don't see her last breath.
I don't think so.
And her closing her eyes.
No,
and saying, "Oh, I'm dead now."
At least I don't remember it being that way.
She could have just been like in the upside down somewhere.
It was just, I don't know, it was weird.
But no. If she was in the Upside Down, then Will would know. Because
Yeah.
he is the Upside Down now, right?
Well, he was. I don't think he is anymore.
But he has, like, the now memories, and he knows
I
everything.
think that was when he just had the little creature inside him.
Yeah.
I think now, ever since he's, gotten things over with and it's all closed, I don't think he has to worry about it anymore.
But what's the deal with him? Why him? Why is it always him?
I
It could
don't
be any
know.
other kid. It could be 11. Why him?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's just more vulnerable. Maybe he's just a little more gullible than the rest,
Probably that bowl cut.
Guys with bowl cuts.
Yeah.
Something about them, man. They all know about the aliens.
If you have a bowl cut, cut it right now. Or you'll be possessed by a smoke monster. Or whatever he is.
Man, that sucked because Bob told him, go and tell him to leave. And he did, and then it came into the freaking ghost came into him. Like, I was just like, God, what bad advice, Bob. What such bad advice.
I love Bob, but he has his moments, He left the gun.
Oh my gosh.
If I was in that moment, that gun will be glued to my hand. I would
Exactly.
not. I will be like, I would go out of my way to hold that gun.
Like, what are you thinking you're gonna bash those things' heads in with?
If I had
you
to
have
hold
nothing in your hand.
If I had to hold something with my right hand and I was occupied with my left hand, I'll hold it with my teeth and still hold that gun. I will hold that gun with all my might. Also, people think that Stranger Things is in the Stephen King universe because Bob said that he saw a clown in his nightmares.
Oh yeah. See, I thought this theory was pretty neat because it's like it brings into a whole nother dimension if you think about it. But it's like where and how it makes you think about things. Maybe Bob's right. Maybe the whole thing is connected.
Stephen King loves Stranger Things though.
Oh my gosh.
He
Twitter,
really-
he really went off about it. Like he was like, it's amazing. It's one of the best, hands down. That's how you do it.
If you make a thriller movie or book or anything, and it has like, a bad guy character villain, and Stephen King says it's good, then that's it. You're done.
Exactly.
You have
like
the
you
best.
have hit the top of the scale.
There's
my
no
friend.
higher than that. Nothing higher than that.
Like this is the man himself of horror. Like this guy right here knows what he is doing.
Yeah. If man, I bet when the Duffer Brothers saw that tweet, they're like, "We hit it. We got it."
Well, I mean, I hear they were fans of his too. So, could you imagine like one of your biggest people in the world that you looked up to, like likes something of yours?
Yeah, it's like what would you think if Red and Link tweeted to us and said, "Nice podcast, guys."
If that happened, oh my God, I'd be ecstatic. I'd be like, okay, we officially hit it. We did it.
By the way, I want to tell you this right now. If Red and Link or H3 says that if they tweet to us and say, great podcast, guys, keep going, and you're at work, I'm not going to tell you at work. I want to wait till you come back. I want to wait. I want to wait all day because I want to surprise you. I'll be like, Courtney, I got to tell you some news. I want to be like really sad.
Well, now I'm going to know every time you like do some kind of sad
I
get
want
up.
to be really, because you're going to forget. I want to be really sad and be like, Courtney, I got to tell you something about the podcast.
Yeah, I guess wait till I get home.
And you're going to be like, what? And I'll show you.
Oh man,
scream
that
from-
would be one of the biggest things in the world.
You scream
to,
from the
like-
top of your lungs and the cops get called.
I think that would probably make my whole entire life.
Yeah.
Not even make my day, my whole entire life. To have like one of the biggest YouTubers like actually say something to me.
I mean, when Post Malone liked my tweet, I almost cried a little bit.
That's what I'm saying, man. When someone likes something amazingly, like you're just like, what?
Yeah.
What? But
Well,
anyways, back to
Stranger Things. We're just really passionate about this podcast because we went crazy all week about it.
I know we've been wanting to record so many times. It's been ridiculous.
And if you hear me yawn, I'm sorry. I know I yawned a second ago because it's 12 o'clock, but I woke up at like 8 o'clock this morning. But
I mean, we really like doing this, but no. One of the theories, by the way, one of the theories, my theory.
yeah.
Or well, no, it's not necessarily my theory. I don't want to take credit for this, but it's one that I'm kind of passionate about.
Yeah.
They're trying to say that the Upside Down is the in-between place.
Oh, like just it connects all the dimensions together?
Yes.
It makes a lot of sense.
Now we've talked about this theory, and the more and more I talk about it and think about it, I really like this theory because I feel like it could be true. Because a lot of like craziness goes on in that little area.
Mm-hmm.
And it would explain like the Demodogs and all that, you know. I feel like they haven't been all over in the Upside Down yet. Like they haven't got to discover a whole lot. Because every time they go in there, someone's lost or they get attacked by this demigod or demodog or whatever you want to call it. But I said demigod.
Demigod.
I'm thinking of Moana.
Are you talking about Thor?
No, let's not go into that because Moana's one of my favorites. But anyways, no, I feel like they haven't explored enough. So how are they supposed to know there's not portals to other dimensions? How?
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
It could be like a way for these monsters to go to other dimensions and stuff.
Yeah.
It could be like four-dimensional beings trying to go into third dimension or something. Who knows?
I think another thing we talked about was somebody said that it could have been the future.
Yes, someone said it could be the future, and all these monsters are nuclear mutations and stuff. Because I don't know, North Korea.
It makes me think of It makes me think of like what's that radiated? Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, yeah.
Chernobyl.
And all the flakiness that you see in the air is like nuclear fallout or something.
In a way. So I feel like it's almost like that, but like more creepy and scary and other dimensional. But but like speaking of, that place is really awesome. I want to go visit that place someday.
But if it was the future, where's the vaults? Where's the bobbleheads?
Well, I mean, maybe
where's the power armor?
Maybe that's another dimension in the future. You know what I mean? Yeah. We don't know. Like, we'll never know. I want to know more about the Upside Down in this next season. Like, I want to know.
I want the focus to be the Upside Down.
Yeah.
Because they did a lot of character development, and I love that. I love the character development. That's my favorite thing. But they need to focus on the Upside Down this time.
Yeah. Like, the plot of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we already know that something else is going to happen because that shadow monster is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we see it at the end, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we know it's still alive, but like, what is its, you know...
purpose.
Yeah. What is it trying to do?
It could just be mean and wants to kill stuff.
It goes around and like in the Upside Down, hey, I'm mean and I want to kill stuff. Like...
that's his only instinct is to kill. I kind of like in season 2, we kind of sympathize with the scientists a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I thought that was pretty neat because he wasn't trying to turn on them, but at the same time, like at the beginning, I kind of got a little mad because I was like, for him to keep going into the
They kept a
Upside
little
Down
bit
and
of
turning
secrets from them.
Yeah. And they should have just been straightforward because, I mean, if he's a key part of this whole process, why hide it from him? Like, why?
I also really hate that part when Will was in the hospital bed and they got the demigod or demodog. I said the same thing.
I know, it's weird.
Demodog.
It's supposed to be a demogorgon, right?
And, and they took the torch and lit it, and Will was like, I'm hurting.
And then they kept doing
it. And they kept doing it. He's like, I'm hurting like crazy. And they kept doing it more. He's like, dude, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Like, stop doing that.
I mean, he didn't naturally do that. Dude, I'm going to die.
Dude,
he just looks at his mom. Dude, I'm going to die.
He calls his mom dude. Don't call Winona Ryder dude. Call her Miss.
Speaking of, Winona Ryder is the bomb.
Yeah, call her Miss Ryder next time you see her. Or Mrs. I don't know if she's married.
Her movies are great, though. Yeah. Like, and this has just made it even better for her because I feel like this is definitely her state.
She went through so much. She fell in love with this Scissorhands dude. Well, first she fell in love with this monster, with the white striped monster that you say his name 3 times and comes out. Then she fell in love with this Scissorhands dude. I don't know what that's all about. And now Hopper and Bob, like, she went through so much.
I mean, she's done other like shows and stuff too. Though,
yeah.
Like, or not shows, sorry, movies. I keep wanting to call them shows.
But she's awesome. Oh God, I love her.
In that show, she has been so crazy, like nervous the whole time, worried. There's
this meme like, take a shot every time you see a scene when Winona Ryder is stressed out. and like you're
I
dead.
could see us like holding a bottle of liquor, like just downing it at that point because there's just
You have
she worries
alcohol.
in every scene.
You have alcohol poisoning by the end of episode 1. She's stressed out in every single scene.
It's like, why are you so drunk? Well, you know, Winona Ryder. She just kept worrying. I had to drink.
She's great.
Couldn't
When I
imagine.
first saw her in Stranger Things, I'm like, oh. And Hopper was great too. I forgot what's the stuff he's been in.
I
keep
know.
forgetting.
I recognize him from
But-
a lot of other things. I feel like.
I
but-
recognize him. I'm like, that's a good actor, but I keep forgetting what he was in.
See, I don't know.
And people are
It's
going
been
to
a while.
comment and be like, oh, he was in this stuff, you stupid idiot.
We have a fan of ours. I'm not gonna really say any names, but we have a fan of ours that she always like comments to us after we record to tell
Yeah.
us everything we've missed in
Yeah.
the podcast.
And she's like, I keep wanting the answer.
Yeah, but I mean that's what we want though. But
Yeah.
it's pretty funny though, because like I feel like we don't know as much as we do, but like
Yeah.
in reality we're just like really nervous, so
Yeah.
we don't know and we don't think about it.
Yeah,
But-
we're I don't know if it shows in the podcast, but we're really nervous and stuff like slips from our mind a little bit because
Yeah.
we're so nervous. We're focusing on trying to do this.
I'm way too excited for Stranger Things, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like all this talk about like Stranger Things 1 and 2, it makes me want to see season 3 now. Like I'm like, hurry up, guys! Come on, I need to see it.
Yeah, you have to wait a whole year.
Where's those shows? Where's them? The Dave Chappelle meme.
You're like,
I swear.
man, like gotta wait a whole nother. Wait till
I,
Halloween.
I don't even know what they're thinking about doing for this because they haven't said anything. But it's just amazing to see. Also, it's also amazing to see all the cast get as close as they have.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of good stuff. Like Millie Bobby Brown's doing the rap of
I know, I
season
thought
1
that was really
recap.
cool.
That was amazing. I didn't know she could rap.
And they're really funny. Like I heard like a lot of stuff about them, like how they actually go and hang out with each other and have
Yeah.
movie nights and things like that.
And the guy who plays Dustin, you know about his disease
Yeah,
or his problem?
and he was helping people with the problem.
Yeah, he like pays for their doctor visits and stuff and surgeries.
Yeah.
Like he has a problem where that he doesn't have his front teeth. It won't be able to grow.
I can't really say the name of it.
It's a bone thing. It's like he doesn't really grow
Yeah.
like bones in his face or jaws or something. I don't know the name of it, but it's a problem, and it deforms your face a little bit. And like I'm really glad that the Duffer Brothers put that into the role, that little
Yes.
detail into the role.
That
So
way it doesn't make anybody go, oh, what's
I never
going on
knew
there?
about this disease until Stranger Things came out. So it
Exactly.
raises awareness a little bit.
I thought that was pretty neat too.
Yeah.
But Dustin has really he's really done so good in this like with the first season.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like okay, after the first season he made an Instagram and he kept making a lot of pictures with a lot of his biggest fans and he post them. And I thought that was really cool because he noticed his fans more. You know what I mean? Not a lot of celebrities. I mean, I say it like it sounds like mean, but like not a whole lot of celebrities take enough action to bond with their fans. And he really did. I mean, even though he's a kid, he really did good for that.
Yeah.
And then now to see him like connect and finally donate for the first time, that was his first donation to that.
See, I really hope
So-
that he raises awareness so much to where it becomes like a Michael J. Fox scenario with Parkinson's. Like he can make his own foundation and do all that stuff. That'll be really because I never even heard about that until the show came out.
Yeah.
And he's a singer, by the way. He sung in
yeah.
Broadway shows way before Stranger Things as a little tiny kid.
Seeing his little singing on his videos. That
Yeah.
was so cute.
Yeah, he's adorable.
The guy that plays the main character, Finn, what's his character's name again? I forgot. Will. No, not Will. Sorry, that's the man. That's the other one. That's actually the main one, I guess. But
Keep forgetting it.
I know I keep forgetting their names. But anyways, Finn.
Yeah.
He's in It. I thought that was pretty neat to put him in there.
Oh yeah, it ties into Stephen King universe a little bit.
Exactly. That's why a lot of people have the theories that they have.
Like he could be his dad. No, wait, no, it's still in the 80s, right?
I think. I'm not really too sure. All I know is his character in It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny
Oh,
that he was
yeah.
cursing a lot and
Yeah,
all that,
yeah,
but he
yeah.
was really funny in that movie. Like, to see him in a different element. I'm really excited to see him acting in a lot of different stuff now. Like, I hope they really get out there and start other things, because it's going to be amazing to see them in different stuff.
I remember when in It, all the kids were together and like, my biggest fear is this, my biggest fear is this, and my biggest fear is this. And he was like, well, my biggest fear is clowns. And they're like, well, you're the reason why Pennywise is here.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I'm waiting for the Stephen King universe. You know how
Me too.
Marvel has a Marvel universe?
Yes.
Stephen King is going to be, it starts with It, and it's going to go crazy.
Honestly,
I promise you that.
Honestly, I feel like it'd be awesome to see a remake of Pet Sematary.
Yes.
It was one of my...
I thought they were going to do that.
I don't know. I haven't really seen too much about it. I mean, I don't really know too much of what's going on in the world at the time, because I'm always like working and all that. But yeah. Daniel's kind of our trending person. He usually finds out the facts every now and again.
Well, when I'm not at work, I'm just on my phone on Twitter.
I know.
All day.
He's more involved in the internet world. But he's been doing this for a while, so I guess I can kind of understand. Kind of understand. I don't really understand you, Daniel. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you don't understand me? You may give you my resume?
Are you from Stephen King movies?
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
I'm the turtle.
Oh yes, you must go into this then.
What, the turtle?
Yeah, tell them about the turtle.
Oh, the turtle. The turtle is, I don't know, honestly. It's like a big, giant god in the Stephen King universe, and apparently it's its brother.
See, I find that very weird.
And that's the only weakness. So it isn't a clown. It's like a giant spider thing. He just turns into people's biggest fears, and he's basically Satan. He's the devil.
Isn't that weird though, that his natural form
is a big giant spider?
But then in reality, like, he always forms to clowns.
Because I tell you why. Because that's almost everyone's biggest fear.
Isn't that crazy?
One of the fears.
Honestly, I used to not be scared of clowns as much growing up.
It done it for me.
But now, oh my God, they scare me even more. But that's because I keep hearing. Like, do you remember that big thing that went down about clowns appearing all over
in
the
South
area?
Carolina?
Yes.
In Greenville?
It was scary to hear about. And then, I don't know if any of you listen to Mr. Nightmare, but on YouTube, Mr. Nightmare, check him out.
He's awesome.
His stories are so scary though, but they're real. Like, what I mean is, people write in their stories. Well, he did a segment. I think he did like a couple of videos on this, of just the clowns that appeared here in South Carolina. And that was the freakiest thing I had ever heard.
That happened last year, right?
I think so, yeah. I think it was. Either last year or the year before.
A lot of people think it was a marketing scheme for It.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about that, but I don't think it was. Honestly, I think people were just well, first off, it set off from some kids seeing a clown in the woods. I remember the first thing I heard was some kids seeing clowns in the woods, and he kept trying to get the kid to come over. And the kid, I think he said, like, I think he took off running or something like that. Well, anyways, the police found out about it. And then ever since then, that one story, they all started popping up. And I feel like people just took advantage of the fact that it was scaring the majority of people. That and the fact that it made it big to news. People were just like, oh, it's going on the news. I better dress up like a clown. Like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to scare people.
Yeah, and I think there were instances where people actually shot a clown and it died or something.
Yes.
He died? I call it like it's a thing.
I mean, technically, I guess.
But it was scary because all this happened in our backyard. Greenville, South Carolina.
I know.
And stuff
not
like
too
that.
far from us. Like,
and Somerville, too, right?
I think so. It happened like all over. I think some even happened in North Carolina, maybe, or something like that.
Somerville. That's where Angry Grandpa is at. You know about Angry Grandpa?
Yes, I do. I don't really care for his stuff too much.
I think, I liked it, and then I think they're doing the same things over and over again. But I can't really... I love them to death. I want to meet them. Right now, I think Grandpa is suffering from some sort of cancer.
Oh, wow.
And he's in the hospital.
I mean, like, it was funny when I first started watching it and everything. But I don't know. Like, I got kind of tired of it over time. Every now and again, I'll watch a video of his and, like, it'll, make me laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not like my main focus. Like I don't just go, oh, I want to watch somebody get really angry today.
I watch their vlogs. I watched kid behind the camera, Michael.
Oh.
I watch his vlogs because they're more real and I relate to them. And I watch his vlogs. I don't really watch the main thing anymore because I kind of grown out of that
Yeah.
a little bit. It's not my cup of tea right now, but I do watch the vlogs. I do watch them.
Speaking of, I heard that they made a big deal about Eggos and Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, that's a marketing scheme.
People are trying to say that maybe it was just a show just to market off Eggos.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't really think that that's what they meant to do.
I think Eggos just saw that as an opportunity.
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Like, honestly, it was just a random thing that she liked.
Mm-hmm.
And it made sense because she was coming into this real world of trying all this stuff that she had never done before. She had never ate before.
Mm-hmm.
And that just happened to be one of the things she really liked.
Yeah, it could be chips. It could have been chips or
Yeah.
bread, mayonnaise.
But I mean, come on, who doesn't love Eggos?
Everyone loves Eggos. It's a quick waffle.
They really took aboard that little scheme.
Eggos grabbed that. They're like, I think CEO of Eggos were like watching Stranger Things. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. Dollar signs everywhere. He's like, I'm making an ad campaign right now.
But just think, they had to get permission to even show them on there, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know how. I wonder how they felt about when they first saw it.
Yeah, you gotta
get
have
big.
You gotta have permission to put brands in your.
Like I wonder if they were like, go ahead. It's not like it's really that big of a deal. And then once they saw it hit big, they were like, wait a minute, we made a good decision.
Yeah. Have you seen their ad campaigns?
No,
They're
I haven't
like
seen too much.
Stranger Things everywhere. Everywhere.
See, oh,
And,
I mean, honestly, if I was them, I would take advantage of it because, like, who? I mean, that was one of the biggest things. Kids are gonna want to get Eggos now. I mean, they're gonna be like, I want to be like 11, like, and kids do watch the show.
People bought Eggos just for Halloween costumes.
Like, a lot of people think the show was mainly, really.
Yeah, they had real Eggos for Halloween costumes.
No, I mean, I was gonna say, a lot of people think that this show was mainly just for people like our age and stuff. But the thing is, I've heard of so many kids go crazy over Stranger Things. It's unbelievable. Like this, I had a friend that her little sister was like, leave me alone. I'm going to watch my Stranger Things. Like that just shows you that they hit all kinds of audiences. I mean, they hit an older dude, Stephen King, and then they hit like some little kid. And I mean, look at me. I'm like head over heels for it. So
I love it. I love stuff like that. That's like my favorite type of movie is like a thriller 80s type movie, like suspenseful stuff.
I love older movies. It just, in general, older things are just so much more in depth. Like when Freaks and Geeks was out, I was, well, I mean, not when it first came out, but like when it came on Netflix or whatever, I was head over heels. I was like, oh my God.
I want to sound like an old person for a second. So the movies nowadays, they really, okay, so our generation has really low attention span.
Yes.
And movies nowadays, they just want this and that, booms and like explosions. And they don't really focus more on character development. And movies back in the day focused a lot on character development. They had a good balance of character development and action and all this other stuff. But nowadays, it's just like, we're going to make money.
Well, sort of like how the thing happened with Steve Harvey. Not Steve Harvey. What's his name? Steve Harrington. Steve Harvey. Wow. Wow.
We're playing Family
Steve
Feud.
Harvey's he's in the Stranger Things.
We're playing Family
Spoiler
Feud.
alert.
Steve Harvey. Some people think his mustache is fake.
I can see that. It looks fake.
It looks fake, doesn't it? People think you know that thing for
Wow.
bald people that have you like mark it, you like mark your hair in with like this tool.
Yes.
And people think he does that to his mustache.
I can see that.
But I mean, Steve Harvey.
So
See, you pulled a Steve Harvey doing that. You know what I mean with the Miss America?
Yeah.
You pulled a Steve Harvey, saying Steve Harvey.
Yeah. So the deal with Steve Harrington was he wasn't supposed to come out on Steven season.
You're bad with Steve. It's Steve.
My words are slurring today, but
We woke up early.
I'm so giggly right now. All right, so season 2, Steve Harrington, he wasn't supposed to be on there, and they pulled him to be a big part of it. But they didn't think he was going to get as big as he did.
Yeah.
Like, they just put him as a different role because they still wanted to keep him in the show. Because the original plan was to go with the other guy that she hooks up with, which they're actually together in real life. Nancy and the other guy.
Yeah.
But they wanted to keep Harrington still in there. So I didn't expect him to get as big as he did, but now he's the new thing. I mean, everybody wants to be him in the show now.
Everyone loves him. He was on GMM, Good Mythical Morning. He was on there.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that episode, but...
Yeah, he was with the Max's brother.
Wow.
On GMM.
What do you think about his character coming in, though?
The brother?
Max and the brother, yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, I believe, like, you're going to hate him until, like, the very last moment. He's going to sacrifice his life and do something great, and you're going to be like, oh, I shouldn't have hated him this whole entire time.
Yeah.
But he could just be a douche throughout the whole thing.
Like, I didn't see a point of bringing him in the show. Like, I know this sounds bad, but I really didn't see his character being a big deal.
I think he might be in season 3.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe...
I think they just introduced him.
Yeah. I think they tried so hard. Like, I heard someone say on Twitter that they really did try so hard with the character development that it wasn't that many episodes of the Upside Down this season.
Yeah.
And I do believe that because a lot of it had to do with Max, and then a lot of it had to do with, you know, the relationship between a lot of the characters, like 11 and her mom, and 11 with that girl. And I mean, 11 took a big chunk of majority of the show, which isn't bad. I loved 11 in it. I mean, I had to say probably my most favorite scene of hers was when she was fighting with Hopper and she was trying to control everything around her.
Oh, yeah, and Hopper broke the TV, all that stuff, that scene.
And he was like, good job, you're not getting TV for ever.
that was one of my favorite scenes, too. My favorite scene is when Hopper was showing the record player, the vinyl records, and like, this is cool, this is cool. It became a meme.
It did.
And that was so funny. Do you think if they didn't introduce Max and that whole family, they left her out, do you think they'll spend that time to focus more on Upside Down?
I think they should have, yeah. Because there were like little bit of moments with Will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of,
but
you know what I thought?
Max turned out so good, though.
I mean, she was. I'm not saying she wasn't, but like, I don't know. I feel like they got so in depth about getting that relationship established that they didn't pay attention to, hey, we should probably talk more about what's in the Upside Down.
Right.
Because we still don't know that much about it. All we know is about the enemy in it.
So it's like, do you want Upside Down or do you want a new character? What do you want?
Yeah.
Like, I guess they were.
So I really hope that this time they listen to a lot of their fans and actually like show a little more of the Upside Down.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be a really cool concept to go into. I'm excited for that. Also, speaking of, my favorite scene with Will was when he was doing the Morse code. When they when he was trying to communicate with them through Morse code. I thought that was really neat. Because I was like, that's pretty clever. Because he was being taken over through his body.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't even do anything.
It's like you didn't know if that was Will or was that the Demogorgon thing or the smoke monster.
That poor kid, man. He's been through so much. Like, could you imagine? Like, his life is just probably like so screwed up in that show. Like
he's probably on edge all the time because he doesn't know when it's going to happen again.
That, and then did you notice in the show, like, he couldn't even be a kid because he had to constantly worry about that. Like,
and people are calling him Zombie Kid or something.
Yeah, Zombie Boy or whatever.
Because he came back to life.
That was really messed up. Like, I mean, honestly, I feel like in our day and age, that if something like that happens to somebody, people are like, "Oh, that is so cool."
If someone died, quote unquote, and then came back, you know, like we got missing and we got found or something, we would turn into a celebrity because of that, or very well known, and people are like, "Aren't you the guy who was missing and was found?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, like I think it would be more of like an appeal than, you know, something like, "Oh, that sounds weird," you know, I don't want to be around them.
But back then, bullying was a big thing.
Yeah,
because I hear from my parents and grandparents and people that grew up during that time, bullying was big.
Yeah, I mean, I think Will going through all this stuff, I thought it was crazy. He went missing for season 1. And season 2, he was like asleep half the time. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like they had to constantly put shots in him.
Yeah.
And so that was very strange. I thought it was really funny when the kids were driving the car.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? You can't drive. And like in Harrington, he was in the back like, okay, stop the car. All right. Like I just thought that was so funny. That was a really kind of interesting scene, especially when they get down into like the, below the ground. And Harrington's like, I want to be there first because if something happens to one of you guys, I'm dead. So, and how about the relationship between Dustin and the slug?
Yeah. See, I'm like, why Dustin? Why? Because it ate the cat.
Yeah.
Why keep it? Well, did he keep it after the cat?
No,
No, he didn't.
No. He got away. Well,
Yeah.
he trapped it in that little area down at his house, but ended up getting out to the ground.
I feel like if it got bigger and bigger, I would say, I don't understand this. It's getting bigger. I don't know what to do with this thing. But how'd you feel when you finally figured out it was a Demogorgon, a baby Demogorgon?
Gosh, I was like, what?
I didn't know. Like,
what?
That's a baby Demogorgon.
I thought it was going to be a new creature that they were going to show.
Me too.
I didn't think it was going to be like a form of it. Like, isn't that weird though that it started out as a slug?
Yeah,
and that was in Will.
That was in Will. How did that happen? Was he a host or something?
Like, that's just strange to think about. Like, that creature was inside Will, and now it's an actual demodog.
You really want to see the new Thor movie, don't you?
I guess so. That, or I just want to watch Moana again.
The Rock.
All I see is The Rock singing Demogod every time I say that. But no, I mean, it's strange. But you see,
Sure things.
You see at the end where Dustin sees him again as a demodog, and he like tries to give him a candy bar just to, I thought that was kind of sweet. I was like, oh, even though that thing is like freaking crazy and eats people and mess, but
you got attached to this slug monster.
Yeah, I got attached to one of the bad things apparently.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
So it like made me go, oh, little puppy. I don't know why.
I want one of those things, but I don't want to turn it. Like in season 1, they had to deal with one Demogorgon. Now in season 2, they had to deal with a lot. That's
I know,
crazy.
that was crazy. How about 11 at the end of that when she had to close the portal?
Yeah.
That was pretty intense.
That was intense.
And she was bleeding, I think, in both nostrils, right?
Both nostrils, yeah.
That was crazy. And it was amazing to see her rise up in that. And then you see all like the demodogs like go up on the walls. I thought that was insane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they really did well with like the everything, like the scenes and like the outlook on it. Like, oh my God. It was an interesting show to watch. I have to say that the show in general makes you think of all the other shows that you binge watched and you're just like, should this be better than all the other shows that I watched?
Yeah.
Or is, See, Stranger Things is probably my favorite now.
When they released the date for Stranger Things to come out, I didn't watch any shows because I didn't want to watch shows while I was watching Stranger Things. I didn't want to have something on the back burner. I wanted all my attention on Stranger Things.
Well, one of my friends, when Stranger Things first came out on Netflix, the second season, one of my friends was like, hey, you want to go out? You want to hang out? And I was just like, no, I want to go home and watch Stranger Things.
Watch Stranger Things.
And they were like, but it's on Netflix. It's not going to come on at a certain time.
I want to watch it now.
You can just watch it anytime. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, this is the big moment in my life. Like,
it's on Netflix. You can watch it anytime. Well, I want that anytime is now.
I mean, usually when I say I want to watch the first episode, that means I want to binge watch the whole season in one night.
My first episode is the season. You finally watched Master of None.
Yes, I did.
And you liked it.
I did.
I told you this. I told you you're going to like
like
it.
Several times.
Like half this year.
But that's like Stranger Things. Like, I keep telling certain friends they need to watch it. And some of them are like, oh, no, I'm not really into it. And I'm like, how are you not into the 80s? And how are you not into good shows? Mm-hmm. That right there is all you need.
Yeah.
Like,
do you not like good shows? Like, watch some good shows.
I'm trying to still figure out what Eleven's purpose is with the Upside Down. Why can she close it?
Yeah.
Is she from it? Is she, what is the deal? Because how is she able to close it?
But what's with the experiments? Why?
Exactly.
What is the Upside Down?
And did they plan for this portal to show up? Or was it just random? Like, because what was that place doing before all this?
I think they built that lab around the portal.
That's what I'm saying, though. But,
Yeah.
like, did they already know that the portal was coming together and that's why they did this?
I don't know.
Or did it just come along out of nowhere? And they were like, let's do something about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I wondered.
Now, does this organization, are they the only people that know about it?
Exactly.
Or does the government know about it?
I mean,
Is
for
it
all we
government
know,
funded? It has to be government funded.
well, for all we know, there could be other portals in the other, like,
It could
parts
be.
of the world.
Yeah.
And there could be other areas where these people are, these organizations.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to hint that Papa's still alive.
Yeah.
Well, if he's still alive, he's somewhere. He's doing something because he's not going to stop doing what he has known to do, you know? I don't see that happening. That and then the way they, like, you know, pursued him in season 2, like, they hinted, like, as if he is still going to, like, come out of nowhere.
Did you hear about Hopper's daughter?
Oh, yes.
That she could be an experiment?
See, I don't know. Like, that's a very iffy subject there because
Did he watch her die?
I don't know. I don't know.
But didn't he find something of hers in the Upside Down?
Yes, remember he found the little stuffed animal.
Yeah.
So that's what has me on edge because, like, how would that get there? Like, Will didn't have one of those.
Mm-hmm.
It would if Will had one of those and it was just something you're supposed to glimpse off of in the show. I feel like they would have showed him with it in real life too, and not just in the Upside Down. But like he wasn't even with it in the Upside Down. They just found it like as he was going in, like Hopper going in.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions.
Excuse me.
A lot of questions we want answered. It's just an amazing show. What all this stuff happening.
I know. And it's really brought people all together. So, like, I'm pretty excited because, like, I feel like with us, our whole apartment, all of us have just sat down to watch it. Like, it pulled us together.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a really good show. I was skeptical, but it turned out really good.
Yeah.
I thought.
And they were skeptical too.
They're
The
making
people who made it.
tons of money off this
Yeah.
show, man.
They didn't know it was going to be good,
No.
but it turned out to be amazing. Like everyone's talking about it.
And the Duffel Brothers talking, like, after the show, I thought that was really interesting.
Oh
to
yeah.
watch them talk.
What's it called? What's that thing called?
Stranger Things 2 or something. I don't know.
It's Stranger After. I don't know.
Something
but
like
it's like Talking Dead, basically. And I think I watched all of it, or most
They
of it.
said that Max and Lucas were scared to kiss.
Really?
Like they were nervous.
Wow.
Like that they were like getting nervous about having to go in for the kiss, but Lucas was like perfectly fine. He was like, "Yeah, I'm ready to do it." But Max was like, "Oh god." No, I thought that was really funny. And then 11 and Finn, I feel like it was just easy for them because you gotta think they've already wanted to do this for a while, like throughout the show or whatever. So I mean, it was easy for them. I'm happy 11 got to be in that.
Yeah.
Like she got to be in an actual dance.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool. And I like that the doctor at the end finally has like a part in the show. So I think his part is going to really make a lot more sense in season 3. Like I feel like his opinion of things is going to help them conquer whatever they need to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows the science side of things.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't want to kill. I thought this was messed up. When they were in that hospital place or whatever, when Will was laying in that bed, and they were talking about how to get rid of all this, they said to kill Will.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that? Like, he's a kid.
Don't kill
Like,
Will. That's your only, like, bridge. That's your only communication with the monster.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you need to find out other ways of getting through to this thing besides killing a kid. Like, so, but that doctor, that scientist, he did not want to. He did not want to kill him. So that really shows what his part is going to be like later on. I think he's going to make a difference in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Well, there's a lot of things we want answered. Can't wait till season 3.
Yes.
It's amazing. But,
well, I think that we're going to wrap this up. But there's a couple things I want to say. we really do love your support and your, actions that you do towards us and followers and subscribers and all that. But we do want to hear from you.
Yeah.
We want to hear your feedback on some things.
If you don't give us feedback, we can't grow.
Yeah. We need to
right
know.
Now, we're on a stagnant line of progress.
Yeah, and we need to know what we need to fix, if there's anything we need to fix. We want to know what you think is best to talk about every week, because
we love the feedback saying, "Oh, your guys are great. Your guys are great." We love that so much. We love that. However, we would like I'm not trying to ask too much, but
No.
I would like, why do you like this? What specific things do you like?
Yeah.
What should we improve on? That's the only way for us to get better.
Yeah.
But I love every single comment.
And honestly, like, it's not really that big of a deal to just, give us a thumbs up. Let us know.
If
But
we
if
say
you-
too much, if we say like too much,
Yeah.
if we
Like, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing.
if we are on a certain topic for too long, or we lose track of what we're talking about,
If you
too
think
much.
we're having too much dead space or, whatever.
the quality of the mic, everything, just let us know what you like, what you don't like. I'm not asking for like an essay, but
And then somebody's going to like hit you up in the message inbox and they're like, hey, this is everything.
we wouldn't go through all this trouble and anger and if we didn't love you guys and love the podcast. Patreon really helped us out with that. Check us out. Check the video, is in the description. Not going to talk about it in the podcast, but
Yeah.
um,
Hit us up on all our social media. Follow us on Twitter,
we got everything.
Facebook, Instagram. I mean, our subscriber count is very low, but we love you anyways, for all you 12 subscribers.
We got Facebook too.
Yes.
We got like almost 80 likes on that thing.
Yeah. So follow us all on that. Like up our stuff. We really want to hear more from you. And we just appreciate the support. Now, there also will be a season.
We're gonna have
An
season.
episode. We're gonna be the new Stranger Things. That's the catch here. I'm just kidding. No, but episode 5 will be coming. We're gonna be doing 2 episodes a week now, guys.
Yes.
So get ready for more awesomeness. We are trending more. We're gonna talk about trendy topics, and stuff like that. But we are excited to show you all this new stuff coming soon, because we have a lot more ideas. And, we may do giveaways, we may do all this other stuff. So keep in tab.
We have some ideas in our head right now. Just just stay tuned. Also, sorry this episode was a little bit late. We had some issues, but 2 episodes a week, promise.
Yes. And we will put all kinds of information out there for you to keep up with us. Well, anyways, it was good speaking to you guys, and it's great to hear from you. This was Beautifully Nasty, episode 4.
See ya.